most lead generation agencies are spending a lot of money on ads, or may have spent ads in the past without any real results. And what happens is they think that meta ads doesn't work. But the truth is far from that. Your ad spend is probably getting wasted, or you've wasted your ad spend in the past. And until a specific structure that is in place, it does not matter how much you put behind it. Now, my name is Tarek Sawalmi, and I'm signing clients almost every single day from just running ads and signing contractors in the US to my agency. And I've also helped more than 60 to 70 agencies, just like Noah recently, who did 10K per month in the first 18 days of running ads, or just like Tam, who made $11,000 in the first 30 days of running ads. And I have a lot of case studies like this. And so I know a thing or two about installing an infrastructure that gets clients on demand using Facebook ads. Now, in this video, I'll give you the 7 things that need to be in place for your agency to start acquiring clients consistently. And number 7 will completely change the way you think about pricing and positioning completely. So stick around for that one. And if you need content like this, free content that can help you scale your agency, hit the subscribe button. I upload almost every single week. Back to the video. Okay, let's get into it. So number 1, you need to know exactly who you are targeting. You need to identify one client profile, okay? And the person who converts fastest, pays most, and causes less friction. Why? You know, when you are more specific, people respond to ads more favorably. If I'm saying, hey, if you have an agency, right? But if I'm saying, hey, if you have a lead generation agency making less than 10K per month in an ad, you probably respond to that ad or to that piece of content more favorably because you know that it speaks to you directly. Now, once you identify who that is, you know, the messaging, the offer, the landing pages, even your sales cycle becomes much sharper, much more effective, because people love to buy from specialists. This is why if you have a broken rib, you don't go to a skin doctor, you go to a bone doctor. Now, most people scale with the wrong message, okay? And they wonder why the results, they plateau. You need to run 2 to 5 different angles on your offer against each other before committing, which means that you need to test offers at the beginning. Most people want to test things that don't matter, like creatives or static images and videos. Of course, videos convert better, but you know, you want to focus on testing the highest leverage thing. The highest leverage thing in your agency is your offer. So if you have a bad offer, it doesn't matter how good your creative is. A good offer means something that you want to sell with decent packaging and a decent offer, a decent pricing structure. So once you have that in mind, once you test that, you ideally want to test a few different offers to see which one sticks better, and then you want to commit to one. So that's the first thing that you want to test. And then you want to judge these things on real outcomes. You need to basically optimize for how many clients did I close or how many appointments did I book. Now, before I continue, if you want my help to implement an ad system that allowed me and some of my clients that I work with close between $8,000 all the way to $17,000 within the first 30 days of launching ads and signing clients, then hit the first link in the description. And by the way, we guarantee that you will sign at least 10 clients within 180 days or you don't pay nothing at all. It's not our marketing thing, it is a guarantee because I've done it, other people that I know have done it, and it is something that is very doable. But again, I work with very few people because I literally don't have time. So if you're serious and you're looking to make a change, click the first link in the description. We can talk and see if you qualify. Back to the video. The next thing is you want to lead with a problem, not a solution. Now, this is something that I see a lot of people doing is nobody wakes up wanting a funnel or a coaching program. You know, they wake up with a problem. You know, people buy from pain and they buy from inconvenience and from urgency more than they buy from wanting good things. Let's say, for example, that you have bad eyesight. If I tell you tomorrow, hey, tomorrow, how about you go to the doctor and then there's this solution that can make you see better? You might be like, yeah, I mean, my eyesight is bad, but I can still see. But if I tell you, hey, you might be going blind tomorrow. So unless you do this, you will go blind. People are more likely to respond with more urgency. So for example, we work with a lot of roofing contractors. Some of the angles that we target is, hey roofers, are you tired of working with marketing agencies that make you spend thousands of dollars but don't get you any leads in return? You're basically like, you know, you're focusing on the frustration. Another example in the messaging that you can use is, for example, hey contractors, the slow season is coming. If you don't have jobs lined up, how are you going to maintain the bills and make sure that you guys are paid? So you're playing on urgency, you're playing on frustrations. And also you want to use the language that your best clients use to describe their situation. So use the same lingo. Use the same things that they, you know, the same jargon, the same words that they use, the same sentences, use them as well. When someone feels understood, they keep reading and they take action. That's the most important thing. Now, again, the next thing is you need to build a follow-up sequence that does the heavy lifting. Now, most deals close after the 5th touch point, and most people quit after the 2nd. We have an aggressive, like inside, if you want to make your ads work, you want to have an aggressive back-end process. So yes, the majority of our deals, we close them on the first call, but we never assume that. We always say, hey, a client could close after many follow-ups. So we follow up after every single, whether a lead did not book the call or they booked a call but they did not close, we follow up with them every single day. We call them 2 times and we text them 1 time. for at least 14 days until we basically say, this guy is not qualified anymore. But you want to basically text and call and follow up aggressively until one of you dies, because there's a lot of money in the follow-ups. 30 to 40% of our deals are closed based on follow-ups. So if you sleep on that, somebody out there is making 40% more money than you. And of course, these messages, like don't just make them like a boring message. Hey, did you get my last message? Hey, are you still interested? No, like craft a real message, you know, like craft a message with your soul, something that makes them want to buy, like reiterate your offer in those messages, reiterate some of the case studies that you have as well. Don't just write something like random or like something with low effort. Make sure that these messages are not too long, not too short, well crafted, and you know, punchy, and they have something that they want. So you want to like play on emotions, offers, fear of missing out, testimonials, give them like flash offers, give them something worth reading. Now, you want to use social proof strategically, not decoratively. Now, what do I mean by this? You want to match your proof to the specific objection it needs to overcome. You know, so you shouldn't, for example, if somebody says, hey, I've had like a lot of agencies, they send me like leads, etc., right? You can bring them a testimony saying, hey, by the way, I had a client that wanted appointments, and because we got them appointments, we didn't get them leads, here are the results. So make sure that you use your case studies and use your social proof strategically whenever an objection comes up. So this way that you can show them, hey, you're worried about this, I've helped X person do Y results using this thing that you're worried about. Let's say, for example, that somebody says, for example, a prospect worried it will not work for the niche. Show them a case study from that niche. Show them, hey, like, you know, we work with roofers, here's a roofer, you know? And also another one that is very, very powerful is if you can, for example, get your clients to record just a 30 or 40-second video thanking you, thanking your team. That can go a long, long way in terms of getting you good results for your agency. Now, you want to optimize your booking page, not just your ads, okay? Now, most people, they throw budget at ads when the real leak happens after they click. Your booking page should state the problem. It should reiterate all of the aspects that I mentioned. So the offer, the objections, the fear of missing out. You should also have a nice VSL where they can book. You know, you need to have something worth it. Something, you know, like a headline that touches their pain points. You want to have something that is clear, straight to the point. You basically want to state the problem, explain what the call delivers, and you want to create urgency. And you want to do this on a VSL in the headline. You will also want to chuck in a few testimonials. You also want to make sure, and this is very underrated, make sure that the booking page is not slow, okay? Please make sure that it is not slow, that the video does not load slow and everything, okay? And what you can do is in the beginning, you want to use lead forms when you're starting out because you get the bad leads and the good leads. But when you're advanced, okay, and you have a lot of volume, then you can start hyper qualifying and only getting the good leads which go to the landing page. And just fixing this can sometimes double or even triple your booked calls, you know, without you having to spend $1 on traffic. Because again, like you have to separate top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. So top of funnel, making good ads with a good offer. Middle of funnel is everything in regards to the landing page, the booking, the follow-ups, and bottom of funnel is having a good sales structure. They all matter to make ads work. Ads is not just about the advertising itself, it's about the backend and how you can handle and close those leads. Now again, if you want a second pair of eyes on your booking page and your ads and what you're basically missing to get the best results possible, then check the link in the description. You know, I can just have a quick look, no obligation at all, and maybe we can potentially even work together. Now the last part, and this is something that a lot of people mess up tremendously, and this is something that every single person messes up, is you want to focus on price extremes. You either want to sell an offer that anybody can sell, it's extremely cheap, like something like Amazon or Walmart, or you either want to work with everybody or work with a very, very, very small subset of clients that basically have a lot of money. So you only need 10 clients to basically make 50K per month. And in the middle is where you get burned, like in the middle, when you're not selling to everybody, but you're not selling to people who are rich that can pay a lot of money. This is why in our agency, we have a low ticket offer and a high ticket offer. And again, like the specifics, I'm not going to discuss on this video, but the point is, those are the ones that are getting us excellent results, right? If we were like to sell something for $500, $600, $700, it's not going to work as well, right? Like you want to make it so that you either sell to everybody and you do volume, or you sell to very, very few people and you sell them something expensive and basically you don't work with anybody, only people who are making a specific amount of money. Because the mid-range has neither the advantage of the low ticket nor the margins of high tickets. You need to pick a lane and stick to it. And then maybe when you scale like us, again, we have almost 25 people in the team, then you can basically go different directions. Now, if you made it this far, you already know more about building a client acquisition system than most people running ads right now. Because again, like this is probably like 70% of everything that you need to know. Trust me, these are the fundamentals that I discussed in this video. The next step is actually doing something with it. If you want to take what you just learned and apply it specifically to your business, your offer, you market your numbers, come find me. The link to book a call in the description. And you can also take these concepts and apply them yourself. And I'm pretty sure that somebody who's smart can take them and learn from it without having to book a call, okay? Like I do this, yes, of course, I make money from this as well, but at the same time, like you can still make a lot of money and take some of the advices that I give, apply them, and it'll work just fine. If you have any questions, find me on Instagram, tariq.systems, send me a message, tell me where you're stuck, and I read basically everything. I don't have a lot of followers on there anyway, so feel free to reach out. And if you thought this content was useful, to subscribe. I have a lot of cool content coming out and planned, so stay tuned. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.